Hello, today we're going to have a look at deriving sine, cos, and tan when we've actually got a function inside. So here you can see that I've got sine and then a function of x. So let's see how we can actually get these results. So for this very first one here, sorry about that, I've got sine f of x. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start by letting y equal to sine, and then I'll just rewrite the question there, f of x. So here I'm now going to let u equal f of x. Okay, I'm going to try and use the chain rule. So here I've actually now got y equals sine u, and I've got u equals f of x. So I'll just write that over here again. I'm actually going to derive each of these. So I'll derive y with respect to u, and this will give cos u. And when I derive u with respect to x, because this is a function of x, I'm actually going to get the first derivative there. Now the chain rule is based off this principle here, dy dx is equal to dy du multiplied by du dx. Now I have dy du here, okay, and I have du dx here. So let's just substitute those values in. So the yellow highlighted would be cos u. So that'll be cos. Okay, now remember that we said u was actually f of x. So cos function of x, okay, multiplied by the first derivative of x, the first derivative of the function, okay, and essentially we get the result that we wanted. So however, they've actually wrote it a slightly different way, so I'll just rewrite it the same way they have. So the first derivative of the actual function multiplied by cos and then the function of x. All right, perfect. So that's the first one there. The second one, so we're actually dealing with cos of f of x, and we need to show that it's going to be negative f, the first derivative multiplied by sine f of x. Okay, so let's see if this works again. So I'm going to go let y equal to cos and then a function of x. So here, let u equal this function of x. Okay, so deriving that expression there with respect to x, and I'll get the first derivative of the function. Now, I will then have y is equal to cos, and then we said this function of x was u here, so I'm actually going to write cos u. So dy, so deriving this with respect to u, dy du, this will be negative sine u. Now remember the chain rule is dy dx multiplied is equal to dy du multiplied by du dx. Okay, so here I've got du dx here and dy du here. However, I'll actually write u as f of x, okay, because we said that over here. So for this one here, dy dx is equal to, we said dy du was negative sine u, okay, multiplied by the first derivative of the function, and then writing it in the way that they asked us to. I'm just going to write the minus sign out there, sine function of x. There we go. One more. So the last one here is tan x, okay, tan function of x. So let y equal to tan and then a function of x. So here, let u equal f of x. So deriving that with respect to x gives the first derivative. So therefore I've got y is actually equal to tan u. So deriving this with respect to u will give sec squared u. Now using the chain rule, I'll get the first derivative multiplied by sec squared. Now u is actually f of x. Perfect. And that's those 3 examples there on how we treat sine, cos, tan when there's actually a function of x. All right, good luck with all your questions.